In what way are you the journalist you are, the actor you are, the person you are because of that moment and because of that man?
Well, I think Jake, that's such a profound, powerful question. Jake, thank you. Thank you for your insightful questions. Those are really fun to answer.
Well stuff. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Good job. Good job. Thank you.
Yes, you too.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Ms. Winfrey, Mr. Hudlow, this is genuinely one of my favorite movies of the year. It is an honor to speak with both of you. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm going to jump into this. Ms. Winfrey, I'm actually going to start with you. Obviously, so many of us in this world strive to emulate everything that you are and everything that you stand for. But I was wondering if you could think back to 10-year-old Oprah Winfrey in Milwaukee, watching Mr. Sidney Poitier win the Oscar for Lilies of the Field. In what way are you the journalist you are, the actor you are, the person you are because of that moment and because of that man?
Well, I think Jake, that's such a profound, powerful question. I am, and so is every other Black person who's done anything successfully in this country. We owe him, because for me, he kicked that door open for me. He kicked that door open for Barack Obama. He kicked that door open for Reginald Hudlin. He kicked that door open in ways that we didn't even know the door could be kicked at the time. And for me, in that moment when I saw him, it just was not just inspiration, it was hope and possibility. It was like, who ever even thought a Black man could win an Oscar? And if that is happening, what does that mean for 10-year-old me? And I know Reginald had a similar experience, not the 10-year-old experience, in just making the film. You went in one way thinking...
Yeah, I knew that Sidney was important to me because I grew up watching his movies. But more than the movies, he was important to me as a man. Like, this is who you want to emulate. This is the kind of intelligence, the courage, the moral compass, the elegance. But when you really explore his life and you understand his incredible achievements, you go, oh, I admire him even more now, and I want to be more like him. And how do I do that? And how did he do it with no roadmap, no role models? It's unprecedented.
But you know, Jake, as I say in the film, in the documentary, Sidney, that I hope everybody will see, he, in that line in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, when he says to the character playing his father, you see yourself as a colored man, I see myself as a man, that is who he was. And the reason for that is because he came to this country already defined. You know, he and I used to have many, many, many conversations about race and where we are as a race and what needs to be done and how much more work needs to be accomplished. And he was saying even the pressure of how he was grateful that he didn't have the pressure of growing up in an environment where, as every Black child I know from my generation and even beyond, was told, you got to work harder, you got to be better, you got to be smarter, you got to do you got to work twice as hard to get half as much. He didn't have any of that. Mm-hmm. He just had, be who you are, be the most respectful, live your life with character, live your life with integrity. Got that from his parents. And so every choice that he made was a deliberate choice for excellence for himself. So he wasn't defined. That's why he was so thrown when he came to this country. Like, oh, now you're going to tell me that I have limitations because of the color of my skin? I just figured out that I have color to my skin because I just saw a mirror when I was 10 years old.
They're giving me the wrap, but I'm going to ask just one more quick question, because to your point, one of the most poignant stories in this film that Mr. Poitier tells is about saying no. He was offered a role he didn't believe in. I think it was the Phoenix City story. And it was a time when he needed the money, but he stuck to his morals and his values and he said no. Thinking back over your careers in your life, what's the most difficult no you remember saying, the one that allowed you to stick to your morals and remain who you are?
I have one.
You have one? Good.
I love superhero movies.
Yeah.
I was offered a superhero movie and I read the script and the script was terrible. So I met with the studio and they said, we want you to do it. You have a friendship with the star. This is going to be great. And I said, oh boy, how do I get out of this? So my representative said, we just asked for too much money. So I asked for an insane amount of money and they said, yes. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, now what am I going to do?
Right. So then I went back to my office and I saw my assistant and she said, what'd you tell him? Because she knew I was going to go there and tell him no. And I said, and she said, what? And I realized I couldn't say out loud that I was going to make that movie. And once I realized that, I called up and said, I'm out. Because if I can't say it out loud,
then it means you shouldn't do it.
That is profound embarrassment.
Oh, wow. I have one. When I was a young reporter in Baltimore, a young reporter in Nashville, I was making $10,000 a year. And I got an offer to go to Atlanta for $40,000. And I was 20 years old. I just started. And $40,000 when you're making 10 feels like that's it. That is, I'm out of here, gone. And I had a boss at the time who was paying me $10,000 who said, I cannot pay you $40,000. There's no way we're going to be able to pay you $40,000, but you're not ready. And you should tell them no. Because if you take that money now and you go there and you're not ready, you will end up being a little fish in the big pond of Atlanta. And you need to stay here and you need to hone your writing skills and you need to hone your reporting skills. And I can't give you 40, but I can give you 12. So I said no to the 40 and I took the 12 and I got better. That's what happened.
I absolutely love that. I've got 10,000 more questions I wish I could ask you guys. I just want to say how much of an honor it is to speak with you. And Ms. Winfrey, you are my hero. You are my lifetime example of what it means to be talented and kind and a good moral person. So thank you for setting the example for myself and generations of people. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. And I thank you for your time.
Jake, thank you. Thank you for your insightful questions. Those are really fun to answer.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.